Is by appointment only. You can't just drive over and ask to be tested. Our Catherine McGinney tells us now that today's testing wrapped up pretty quickly.
There were a total of 16 tests given here this morning at the Old Spawn Memorial Hospital. The final test of the day happened right around 10:30. Here's how the process works. Individuals who suspect they have symptoms of COVID-19 are asked to call the health district, and an assessment will be made over the phone. Then, if they meet the CDC criteria for testing, they'll be scheduled an appointment at the drive-through screening center. Cars come into the parking lot off Buford. The patients then show identification and drive under this awning, which is blocked by trucks for privacy. That's where doctors collect swabs. Nueces County Judge Barbara Canales says patients were driving through to be tested at 5 to 7 minute intervals.
Nobody ever gets out of their car, and the only time that window is rolled down is when a healthcare provider who's properly trained, wearing proper equipment, instructs you, roll down your window, tilt your head back, get the swab, and then you go.
Those tests are on their way to a laboratory in Austin, where results typically take about 3 days. Again, residents are asked not to visit this location without an appointment. Reporting in Corpus Christi, Catherine McGinney, Action 10 News.
All right, Kat, thank you. The Clayburgh County Commissioners have also approved remote testing for COVID-19 beginning Saturday and by appointment only. If you think you meet the criteria to qualify for testing, contact Krista Spahn for guidance. Of course, several school districts have already extended their class cancellations. Toloso Midway ISD now closed until further notice. The district anticipates the closure will be extended to at least mid-April, and they're not sure how this will impact prom and graduation. Calallen ISD closed until April 14th. Beginning Monday, they will provide free curbside and mobile site lunch to children 18 and younger. We are regularly updating the list of closures on our website. Just go to kztv10.com/event delays. 3 doctors from the Driscoll Health System called for a meeting with the media today at Driscoll Children's Hospital. They said that all the city's hospitals and the health department are working together on how best to respond to COVID-19. While Nueces County doesn't have a confirmed case, the doctors anticipate that will eventually happen. Right now, they want to make sure that the right people get what coronavirus tests are available. The health department is overwhelmed with calls from people who don't meet the government's guidelines for testing.
Please quit calling the health department if you do not have serious symptoms of COVID-19. What are those? Cough, fever, shortness of breath. We do not have enough testing kits or materials for every person that is mildly ill to call the health department.
Now, people who have severe symptoms and have come in contact with someone who's infected or who's traveled to an area where there are lots of cases, well, now those folks should be among the first to get tested. The limit on public gatherings reduced by 10 by the city and county officials today. Before the afternoon press conference, bingo players at this location spread out at least 6 feet apart. Less than 50 were allowed to play at a time. The manager and staff were constantly cleaning, some workers even wearing protective gloves. While this bingo hall is taking the 50-person limit very seriously, it's possible others may need to. In fact, Corpus Christi police say if they're called to disperse a crowd, they'll give a warning the first time. On a second call, that could result in a citation or an arrest. Again, a lot of information to digest there on the coronavirus impact around the area. Let's check in now with meteorologist Sharon Ray for our first forecast. At least it's